Hi everyone, I am Nicola, I am Simply a Stitcher, and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 2nd of November, this is Flosstube number 8, and I sound horrific. Anyway, I'm full of cold. If you're new here, welcome. This is not the normal run of things. I have a feeling that today will be somewhat disjointed because I feel like poop, I look like poop, and I kind of wish I was still in bed right now, but I digress. So I've got a few things to show you today, and a quick life update as well. Lots of stuff has been going on this month. But first of all, we're going to get straight into the stitching because yet again I'm on my lunch break from work, so I figured I would use that time to come here and have a chat with you guys. And I also kind of need this a little bit today for a bit of therapy, but I'll get to that in the life thing. Okay, I probably sound atrocious, so I I'm sorry if my voice offends you today. I started with this a couple of days ago. I was in bed at a ridiculously early hour last night, and I got up this morning feeling even worse. This is actually an improvement on how I was earlier. Okay, so I'm going to get into November and what I did during that month. If you've seen any of my earlier videos, or even if you're new here and you perhaps may want to go and have a look at some of my earlier stuff, I did have a finish, which was my brother's motorcycle piece. That has now happily gone off to its new home. He's absolutely delighted. It's alongside his Mercedes, so that was one that was down in the win column. The next piece that I worked on, I pulled out the... I'm not prepared. I'm never prepared. Although I think I'm actually slightly more prepared this time than I was last time. So, the first thing that I worked on this month, after the bike was complete, or should I say in October, after the bike was completed, was this lovely piece. Glare is horrific. It's the Heaven and Earth Designs freebie Maui Princess, which was available as a free download on their chart. The last time I checked, it was still there, but I don't know, it could have been taken down by now. Last month I was at 10.87%, and my intention was to work on get at least 5% on, because that was what I should have done the previous month and I didn't do it. And there's a horrendous amount of park threads, so if you're triggered by park threads, look away now. But now this piece, oh dear, it's not ironed either. It's up to 15.98%, and that's the way it currently looks. So we've got some hair, we've got the sky, and we've got part of the headpiece that's coming up. And oh God, it's going to be one of those days. I can tell you, these here are 2 fingers. There's 2 fingers there. So yes, we're actually getting a couple of flesh tones. So this is stitched on 25 count. I can't get it. What a day. Do you know what? You just have to cope with this today because I'm having difficulty doing anything. I want one of those board things. 25 count, magic guide, even weave, stitched 1/1, full cross. I'm really pleased with how this is coming out actually, and the colours are really beautiful and bright. So that is that one. So the next piece I worked on was the Steampunk Seahorse. I was a little bit upset about this piece. That's what it will look like. I'm showing this because it doesn't give any information, and I shall be going through my back catalogue and removing information about this project. I bought this design in good faith, expecting it to be a legitimate design. It turns out that where I bought it from was not legitimate. I should have done a little bit more research myself, and I absolutely get that. But it kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit. And as a consequence, I haven't picked this up from middle of the month. I was at a third completed at the end of last month. I am now at 50%. And because obviously it's mainly white, but you can see the seahorse shape is coming in. It looks very beautiful, I have to say. But I'm just very disappointed that this is not a legitimate pattern. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have bought it in the first place. I would have looked for the original artist. I probably will finish it, but I shall no longer be referencing who or where I purchased it from, and I shall be endeavouring to go back and remove that information, because I don't want anybody else having the same issue as what I had. So that's that. So the third thing I got out was the Realm of Middle-earth. Now, I've talked about this in the past. I've had the Realm of Middle-earth map. It's a Tilton Crafts chart, and I've actually been working on it for about 4 years. Let me just get to the mock-up. Now, I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan, and this, again, horrible glare, I'm so sorry. This is the map of Middle-earth, and it's got Rohan, Mordor, Gondor, the Shire, and so on it. It's a really lovely piece, all in sepia. The glare's awful. And I picked this up, and it was, by the time I didn't put everything into Pattern Keeper, it was at 23.53%. Now, this is a huge piece. It's like 800 and something by 900 and something stitches. It's about 700,000 stitches all told. The piece itself is so big, it's on my frame that's over there. I was going to connect up my webcam today so I could sort of view it, but what I'm going to do is, the next time I have to get it out and move it on the frame, then I shall do a short clip that I can put in a video. However, like I said, I got it out, and I am now up to 23.91%, so about 0.5%, and this is how it looks. This is how it looks on Pattern Keeper. So the bit at the top there that you can see is actually the portion that I've completed. So it's one of those, though, unless you actually see the physical stitching, you're perhaps not going to be aware of how it looks. If you do follow me on Instagram, I did put a picture up on Instagram of it. My Instagram is Simply a Stitcher. I'll put all the information in the box below. But as I said, next time I get it off the frame for moving, I will have a look to see if I can do a short sort of vignette kind of thing, so everybody can see what it looks like. It's truly a huge piece. I mean, it's like I said, over 900 stitches wide. No, over 950 stitches wide, should I say. In fact, I can have a look on here. 950, 60, 70, 975 wide. I'm stitching it 1/1 on 25 count, so it's 975. Oh dear, Pattern Keeper's decided it's going to close on me, by 810, so it's massive. It's one of those that even if I did hold it up, I would have to be like, this computer would have to be back a couple of feet, and I'd have to be back a few feet so you could actually see it all. In fact, it's that big, I might even have to enlist the help of somebody else. So that's my big project at the moment. What else? So I also had a new start this month. I don't know if you saw my collaboration video with VIP Cross Stitch, the Christmas window kit. As I said before, as I said on that video, it's a Joy Sunday. I know people have got opinions about Joy Sunday. I did look and try and make as considered a choice as I could, and I chose this one, which was the Window of Christmas. I thought it was quite cute. You know, you got the birds on it, you got the cat sleeping in the chair, the tin soldiers, the stockings, and all the rest of it. I don't do seasonal stitching, but I saw that and I liked it, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that. And this month I needed to do some mindless stitching, which I'll get to the reasons in the life update. So I figured I would start this one, and again, it's a stamped kit. It's on 11 count, and again there are a lot of park threads because of the way I'm working. I'm also working this one slightly differently. I have a top left starter or a middle starter if it's a non-full coverage. This one I've actually started from the bottom up. I was watching a video of Karen's, the Needlebug, and she was talking about clean and the dirty holes when you put your thread through the holes, so that you're not moving or loosening stitches as you stitch. And because I always start my stitches in the top right, when I'm working from the top down, I'm always coming up through the fabric against another stitch. Although I don't have a problem with loose stitches, what I figured I'd do is have a look at doing this from the bottom up to see if it actually did make a difference on how my stitches look. So, like I said, it's a stamped kit, and I have got about 4,000 stitches in. Now, when I look at the stitching, actual stitches up close, I can see that they are quite neat. Well, I think they're quite neat anyway. You know, you might disagree, but I quite liked how they look. If I just flip it over there, you can probably see better from the back how much I've done, because with the front of it, obviously we've got all the paint that's on it that's kind of blurring the lines. So I just needed something mindless to stitch, so I started on that one. And with it being a Christmas piece, it's topical, isn't it? Because it's November, and according to everybody out there, it's now Christmas season. I don't even want to think about that. So the next ones also go in under the realms of haul, because yet again Lady Luck is on my side and I won a couple of kits. So the World of Cross Stitching Facebook page had a Freebie Friday competition a couple of weeks ago, and I won a pair of Heritage Crafts kits, Peter Underhill ones, and these are both going to make Christmas presents. So I'm going to be sort of doing these in between some of my full coverage pieces. So this is the first one, just the two of us, which will be perfect for my stepdad because he has a little dog, and it's him and the dog, and you know. And I have actually made a start on this one because me and the husband were out at an event a couple of weeks ago, and he was doing some village idioting. Oh, dropped the thing. He was doing some village idioting on the way, so I sat in the car, and you can see there that we've got his little jacket. Oh, excuse me. We've got the guy's little jacket that's coming through. So that's that one. And the second one of the pair is this lovely little beauty, Golden Years, and again that's going to be a Christmas present for my in-laws, although I'm going to perhaps replace Golden Years with something more personal to them. So that's that. I haven't had any other haul this month. I've been really good. Nope, nothing new up there. This is my stash, by the way. It's not tidy, it's not neat by any stretch of the imagination, but if you want something cross stitching, this is where you go. We've got little kits, we've got fabric, we've got cover kits, we've got kits, we've got thread, and it's all there. This is my little comfort zone. No other haul this month. So all I've got left really in terms of stitching is some stats. So this month I wanted to do something like 42,000 stitches to catch up with the Stitch Around Iceland from Full Coverage Fanatics. Didn't get to it, didn't expect to, don't expect I'm going to get to meet that goal by the end of the year unless a miracle happens, because as I said, it's November now, we're going into Christmas season, so things are going to get quite busy, and there's also other factors at play as well, which I'll get to shortly. But this month I managed to complete on my full coverage alone 33,610 stitches, which gives me a grand total year to date of 310,788 stitches. I'm still down by 8,428 stitches to make the Stitch Around Iceland, but as I said, I'm not concerned about that, especially as I've got a couple of kits now that I want to do for Christmas. As long as I get sort of somewhere around that goal, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so if you're here for the stitching, that is all of the stitching I have for you today, and thank you very much indeed. If you're new here and you do like what you see, obviously please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. But if you do want to stick around for a life update, I should be getting along to that in a moment. But as I said, thanks very, very much for anybody who's here just for the stitching, because that's it. Okay, so life. Apart from the fact that I have a horrendous cold, October's been actually surprisingly busy-ish month. I completely forgot. I said last month that I didn't have anything really going on in October, but I did, because my friend, a very good friend of mine, got engaged and we went for an overnight to an engagement party. That was when I took this little guy out and stitched him in the car as Andy was doing some filming on the way. So that was nice. We had a night away. First night away that Andy and I have had in quite a while. And then the following week I had a week's annual leave from work, and during that week Andy's two children came and stayed with us because their mum, Andy's ex-wife, has remarried. So we had two extra visitors all week, hence the need for the mindless stitching, because when you've got two smaller children as well as your own three, and I had one day of work during that week as well, I kind of just needed something that was a bit autopilot-ish. I'm pretty sure that everybody out there will understand what I mean. I'm sorry, I do keep looking down. I've got a sore on my wrist and it's itching, and so what else has been happening? I'm a little bit late with my Flosstube this month. Obviously today's the 2nd. I would have normally filmed it yesterday. However, I've made no secret in my last couple of Flosstubes I've been looking for a new direction with the company that I work for. An opportunity has presented itself and I have been preparing for an interview. So I will be having that later today, hence me needing to do this. It's kind of a relaxation wind down thing, because I am a little bit anxious about it, not least because I'm full of this flipping cold. If I do get this job, it'll mean retraining in part, and also going back into an office at least one day a week, which will be quite nice. but that means that my stitching will probably take a hit, hence why I'm probably not going to complete the Stitch Around Iceland one that I'm doing. I'm doing the crazy one, which is obviously why I've, the year totally something like 389,000 stitches. To be fair though, with me at sort of 310,000, I'm not doing bad. I've done more this year than I've done any other year, I think. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So, like I said, I'm just hoping for this sort of new direction. In terms of everybody else in the house, everybody else is all fine. Andy's off out of filming today, hence me being able to spend the time doing this. The girls are at school / college / work placement, and they're all away. Coming up this month, I said it last month, and I'm going to say it again. I did a stitch with me, and I talked about my start and finish method. I still need to film it, but obviously I've either had children knocking about or I've not felt like it. I really am going to try and get it done this month. And I've also got another collaboration coming up. I've got the goods here. I just now then need to do the video that goes with it. So that'll also be coming up hopefully later this week. Probably get to film that tomorrow, I would have thought, if things go to plan. I'll get to film that tomorrow. I think that's it. I'll put information about the designs I'm working on, apart from the Steampunk Seahorse. I'll put the information about the designs I'm working on down below. I know that I've had an increase in subscribers lately, and I have Darren, the Dizzy Stitcher, to thank for that. So if you are new here, like I said, earlier, you're welcome. I do hope you like what you see, and you do continue to stay subscribed and enjoy my content. I don't always sound like this. I don't always look like this. It's just one of those things. I think with COVID and with everybody staying at home, I think immunity levels have somewhat decreased, so it makes us all that little bit more susceptible to colds and flu and so on. I'm just trying to get top side of it now. Andy reckons that I'll be okay in a couple of days, but who knows. So I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I can say really, except once again just to say thank you for the support, thank you for the comments, thank you for following me either here or over on Instagram, and all being well, I'm going to get that couple of more videos out this week, get a stitch with me done this month as well. I haven't picked a project to do it on. Might get Realm of Middle Earth out for that. But I will see you all at the beginning of December for the next update. Where is this year going? Alright, thanks very much for watching. If you got this far, listening to me waffle and go on and be sort of slightly disjointed and probably forget half of the stuff that I was meant to talk about. I'll see you next month. Bye.